What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Guna Souls channel, where we're going to be talking about transfers, updates, and what the hell Arsenal been up to. It's been a mazza. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share, and leave your comments down below on what you think about the topics today. What a crazy start to the window that we've absolutely had. Edu, KSC, Mikel, Richard, all of them can take a bow because what we've done is a triple threat. Declan Rice, Jurrien Timbers, and Kai Havertz. Now, there's been a lot of controversy about the three signings, especially Kai Havertz. Timbers and Declan Rice are being, accepted with open arms, but Kai Havertz has been a ripple amongst the Arsenal fans. It's been a crazy one, a lot of infighting going on between the fan base and in regards to how he's going to be played. And we have now categorically spent close to £200 million on three players. When did Arsenal Football Club get their act together? When did we see this ever happening? And this is the madness that we're going through. It is truly an exciting time to be an Arsenal fan. Just like Josh Kroenke said, he is living up to the words he said. Be excited. We're going to attack the market. That's exactly what it looks like Arsenal are doing. Make sure you subscribe because we are going to be updating you on this channel on news and updates and any rumors that are coming out as well. So make sure you subscribe. Leave your comments as well on regards to what you think of these three signings as well. But let's break it down. Let's see what's been going on. Of course, we've recently had the announcement of Kai Havertz being leaked by the fans, actually by the club as well, on Arsenal.com prior to his actual announcement. And the savage thing was, he was actually at Kepa's wedding when they did the videos, when they did the whole shirt delivery and kind of made the whole media team or the media comps happen. And the interview even happened during his holiday at Kepa's wedding. And that's the most craziest thing, is how ruthless we're moving and how much desire it seems like Kai Havertz has, that he's willing to get this deal done whilst being on holiday. And that to me is the difference becoming a winning team or looking like we're going to win is going to do for us. Now, when you look at as an individual, like £65 million has been the rumoured total package for Kai Havertz, with 50 million being guaranteed and roughly 15 million in add-ons. I mean, more will come out soon in regard to the total of this package. I mean, even the wages have come out in such a way. The media do like to manipulate things to make them look worse, as they do know the Arsenal fans are going to cling on to it and make it so that it does trend. And the rumours are, with bonuses, he's going to be earning around £300,000. But the base salary, this is what you got to understand. Richard is quite clever with how he sort of structures his deals and gets them done. He likes to kind of make it so, yes, they're getting a guaranteed amount, which the base salary will be around £200,000 a week, which isn't far off what he's earning already at, Chelsea. And he may have 100 in bonuses. Now, the bonuses to me aren't that problematic because, I mean, if he's performing on the pitch, he's delivering on his promises. Who really cares? No one. No one's going to care if he's scoring the goals, if he's getting the assists, if he's making sure we're winning games, we're winning trophies. Who really cares if they get bonuses? It's the same kind of structure to Bukayo Saka, Saliba, Odegaard when he does get a new deal. All these new players, they're not really earning as much as the media announce. It's more of a package deal with their bonuses, with their add-ons. And that's the part that people are manipulating to kind of get the Arsenal fan base riled up and speaking about these things. So we need to just reel it back and understand how these structures are done. And to be fair, the contracts aren't a concern. We pretty much get them nailed down. And actually, to a degree where it benefits the player, but also the club as well, in terms of keeping them motivated and performing. And then when you look at, positions, for me, like Kai Havertz's best position is going to be that left centre mid in the number 8 role where Granit Xhaka kind of occupied those kind of zones, because it is a very misprofiled position. When we look at it, it operates kind of an inside forward, even though the midfield is kind of the primary role they play. And that's where I think he's going to get bags of goal. He's going to be sweeping up a lot. He's going to be cleaning up the chances that do get missed by the likes of Gabriel Jesus. Or, for example, if someone does take a pot shot and it rebounds, it's going to create that overload to have more opportunities to actually score goals. And that's what excites me about this. The dynamic that he's going to bring to this sort of system is going to double the goals, Xhaka had. If we thought Granit Xhaka played really well, Kai Havertz is going to bring it to a whole new level, and he's going to be the difference maker in between being a team that can compete for the league and actually winning the league. And that is my honest opinion on him. Now, that's the kind of zones I want him to be occupying, and that's the kind of position I hope we brought him in for. I mean, when you look at Mikel Arteta's quotes as well, he's going to bring something different to the midfield, but he can also play across the attacking line. But the operative and the kind of primary key thing he said is playing in the midfield. Now, when you kind of move on to the second or third player, depending on who gets announced first, I do think these two players are going to be announced kind of at the same time, which is Declan Rice and Jurrien Timbers. Now, I'm going to speak about Timbers first because it's quite a key thing to talk about. That right back position, as well as Benjamin White has played in, I do think there's a few things we can do to upgrade it. But even when you look at upgrades, Benjamin White is a more than capable, versatile backup for the defensive line. We've seen it when William Saliba got injured. We were struggling to find ideas on how we can make this team tick, especially with Tomiyasu being injured also. It meant that we had to kind of play Rob Holding. Rob Holding didn't work until then Jakub Kiwior came in. Once he came in, we started to see a little bit more of the Arsenal we were used to. I mean, it's still not the same due to the fact that William Saliba is just a class above the rest. We couldn't move Benjamin White into centre-back because we didn't have a right-back cover either. So it made it difficult for Mikel Arteta, and you can clearly see this is an intent to depth in the defence, get that extra player who can play multiple positions within the back line, who has got the athleticism, the pace, the ability, the IQ, and the passing, and the ability to take people on and drive the ball forward onto the pitch, invert if needed as well, create kind of a system within a system where it can change within the game as well. And that's what Jurrien Timber's going to bring, because not only can he play right back, he can play centre back. He's got all the abilities of being a ball-playing centre-back as well as being an inverted right-back, which seems to be the key to how Mikel wants to play. But it's dynamic as well, because even if you look at him delivering the ball into the box, it means it's a perfect opportunity for us to actually also use him in a way of overlap and support Saka better as well. But it also means if Benjamin White or Jurrien Timbers are injured, it doesn't change the system. It doesn't impact the system in terms of quality, because whoever comes in is going to be more than good enough, actually brilliant, and keep the system going without any drop-offs, without any concerns, without any worries. And that's what we need to start creating. We're coming into unknown territories as Arsenal fans, where we're going to have multiple positions with multiple competition for those spaces. And that's what we need. We need the ability to be able to push on and create that competition within the team to keep them pushing on, especially with Champions League football coming in. And I think Timbers is the perfect signing. And the rumour is it's going to be a 45 to 50 million pounds or euro deal, which is a bargain considering they wanted 60 million for the player. Well, he was destined to go to Manchester United, but that never happened. And that's what is key to these signings. A lot of clubs had their eyes on them. And moving on to sort of the final one before I give my overview on all three as a combination to why I'm excited about this, Declan Rice, the British record signing of £105 million, £100 million being guaranteed and £5 million in bonuses. The only caveat to this deal is getting the structure right to get it accepted right now. It will be announced this week, and I can't wait for that announcement to come in. I mean, yes, we already know and we're aware that this signing is going to be announced, but it's still exciting when it drops, when the videos drop, when the announcement drops. It's a different story, and that's what I can't wait for. £105 million. When did we ever think that was even a viable option for Arsenal to be spending the amount of money, going into territories we've never been in? Breaking transfer records is something Arsenal have never been associated with, but yet here we are doing exactly that. Declan Rice, a guy that has been touted by the Premier League, by Manchester City, by Manchester United, by Chelsea, many teams, even Bayern Munich putting their name in the hat there for him as well. And guess who came out on top of all those teams? Arsenal. We did the business. We were aggressive with it. We went into that knowing this is our guy. This is the first time we've gone to the very ends to make sure we get our man. And that's exactly what we did. Declan Rice will be announced as an Arsenal player, and he's going to completely change the landscape of how we play, the build up, the defensive solidity, but also the sort of leadership and mentality to get it over the line. One of the biggest things that we had was Thomas Partey dropping off in performances come the business end of the season. When we really needed him to step up, he started dropping stinkers to the point where Mikel Arteta had to take him out of the team. The fan base were screaming for him to be out of the team. Just get him away from the team for a moment and give Jorginho an opportunity. Let him get his thoughts together. Let him, recover whatever mental barrier he kind of went through, and then bring him back in. But with Declan Rice being the captain of West Ham, leading them to a Europa Conference League victory and actually winning that trophy just before he's left, is going to give him that desire to keep going forward and actually making an impact for this team. Being a captain at such a young age, regardless of the stature of West Ham, whether you consider them a big team or even a team to be proud of being a captain for, but it's a monumental task to take them forward, to take them to where they've been. Yes, league-wise, they've had a poor season, but in previous seasons, they've actually over-exceeded from what people expected coming into the seasons as well. Fighting for those European spots, getting into the top 8, and then going into the Conference League and actually going and winning it. Being the captain of that, being the leader of that, being able to go into the dressing room and turn those heads from being dropped to actually pushing on. Because the season they had in the league, it would have been very easy for West Ham to not go win the Conference League and not really give it any thought, and just morale would have been down. But they didn't. They fought with him being at the helm of it all, leading that team to silverware, which is what we now need to do come this season. And in total, that averages out to nearly £200 million being spent. And the window's only been open for what, about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. It's crazy. It's unknown. To get these deals over the line so quickly, regardless of the amount of attention these players have been getting since Arsenal have put bids in for them. When you look at Kai Havertz, Real Madrid looking at him, Manchester City were looking at him, some of the biggest teams are looking at him, regardless of how we rate him or had the perception before he joined us, is irrelevant. When these top teams are putting their names in the hat to say, we want players like this, we want to sign them, and we're willing to break the bank to some degree as well, it just goes to show that we are scouting the right types of players, the profiles, the mentals. And to be honest with you, these players just need that ability to perform on a platform that's going to give them eyes. Timbers, he's a talented young player. Declan Rice, only 24. And we can see he's one of the best midfielders in the league. Kai Havertz, yes, very underwhelming at Chelsea, but scoring the winner for the Champions League that they won. He's the kind of guy that just needs a confidence. He needs a new environment to be able to perform in that, in a team which is going to believe in him, but also give him the position he desperately wants to play. I do think Chelsea misused him. Chelsea kind of used him all over the pitch, and he never had that consistency going for him. Whereas with our system, is set in stone, and you kind of just come in for the position you're playing in. Even if he comes into strike, even if he comes into that false nine that Gabriel Jesus plays, it'll be second nature to him because a lot of his strengths will be used, even if he has to come onto the right, whether he plays left centre mid. A lot of the strengths that we've seen Kai Havertz kind of show, the technicals he's shown, the underlying factors of stats that he shows off the ball, pressing, tempo passing, everything like that, he'll be able to express himself more. And also when you have better players and better on-form players, it's kind of less pressure on you to perform, and it kind of gives you the freedom to kind of have the confidence to go out there and do what you need to do. But what do you rate the window so far? And who do you think the surprise sign that's being rumoured and touted that there's one more big name? Some people are saying it's an attacker. Some people are saying it's a midfielder. It's a very exciting time that this isn't the end of our window. This is just the beginning. And this is what we need to be seeing. Attack the window aggressively, just like Josh said. Just like they've promised us that they're going to put their money where their mouths are. Make sure you leave a comment down below on what you think of these three players. And what do you think they do for the Arsenal? Do you think these are the kinds of players we needed to be targeting? Do all three of them take us to another level? Or do you have any reservations about any of them? Leave your thoughts down below. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share the video. Follow me on all socials, on Instagram, Twitter, and on YouTube, all Gunnar Souls. And I'll catch you next time. Take care. God bless. Peace.